Staying healthy is difficult. What nutritional supplements should you take? What foods are best for you? What health practitioner should you see? You've got health questions, I've got health answers. From heartburn to hemorrhoids, pain to pimples, carpal tunnel to the common cold, gluten to gallbladder, and gingivitis, and all points in between. I'm Dr. Bob Martin. Tune into my Sunday talk show at 10 o'clock on Talk 1470 WNN.
If you suffer with diabetes, there's a 25% chance that you'll develop a foot ulcer that can lead to severe health consequences, including amputation. At the Sole Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own therapeutic shoes and custom inserts. Medicare recipients are entitled to 1 pair of quality diabetic shoes and 3 custom inserts. Call the Sole Authority today, 954-597-7060.
What you want to know. What you need to know. Talk 1470 WNN.
Want to look?
Cruise Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. As a Cruise Planners travel advisor, Paul Vadiano will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. Paul specializes in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation, wedding, or event just for you. Find Paul at www.cruiseoptics.com, on Facebook, or by phone at 561-232-2626. We make your travel dreams come true. Cruise Planners.
This is Alyssa, the Paint Girl. Car accidents happen. Get the most affordable, convenient, superior vehicle repair with concierge service. The Paint Girl provides pickup and delivery with no additional cost. Our body shops have over 30 years combined experience. The Paint Girl handles all makes, models, lease return repairs, and insurance claims. Your smart choice for vehicle repair, The Paint Girl. Call 954-691-7024. That's 954-691-7024.
Science has confirmed that real health comes from raw, organic, and wild foods. Essentials is a complete program of 5 products to help your body function as nature intended. Premium Ancient Superfood Algae offers energy and stamina. Food-based digestive enzymes help prevent occasional heartburn and may reduce stress from processed foods and heavy metals. Our proprietary probiotics help support immune health, regulate bowels, and eliminate toxins. Improve your mood, mental clarity, focus, faster rejuvenation, and better sleep. Order now at eatessentialsnow.com. Essentials, life.
Opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Well, it's 1 o'clock and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work or play, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll-free 888-565-1470 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddy S. get your happy juices flowing.
Good timing.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness gracious. What is that?
What was that?
What was that?
That was supposed to be our 12 o'clock guest.
Oh,
Bobby
he wasn't
Pruitt.
here.
Bobby Pruitt had a gig last night and couldn't quite make it here today with us.
And what's his name?
Bobby Pruitt.
Mr. Bobby, you missed it, Mr. Bobby. Welcome to all our friends in South Florida, New York, Atlanta, Chicago, LA, San Francisco. My boys from San Diego coming home. Victorious yesterday.
We're in Illinois today, by the way.
Illinois.
Actually, Adam is joining us from Illinois. I think the S is silent. Isn't
Illinois?
it? There's no S.
I'm Puerto Rican. Everything has an S.
There's no S. There's no
Everything
S.
has an S.
And an A, metformin.
And how can you hear us today?
You can find us on Facebook and Periscope.
You can find us.
Find
I
us.
wasn't
Watch
lost.
us at
I
the
wasn't
Brooklyn
lost.
Cafe TV. You're always lost. Brooklyn Cafe TV 95.3 FM 1470 AM. We have an incredible author that is joining us today. I did my research last night. You would be so impressed. You are going to love this segment with Adam Russo. He wrote Unwritten Rules. I was watching his TEDx last night. I actually tried to get TEDx here today. I spoke to Carrie, but we couldn't get the Florida TEDx people in. We're going to have to do that. And then in our second half hour, we're going to do some vitalizing lemons. And just to chase down the lemons, John Wellman, we've got some tequila on set too. So you know what? The lemons should always, we'll test them both.
Did you?
The vitalized lemons with tequila and the non-vitalized lemons with
Did you
tequila.
cut
And
up
I'll
the
let you know
whole
how it tastes.
Cut up the whole lemon?
I cut up half the lemon, but there's enough for us on
We're
set.
going to do it all week.
We're gonna do it all week.
Vitalizing all week. You guys, you've never tried the vitalizer, right?
No. I have it on my phone.
You have.
I
You
have.
No, I have not.
You haven't, Tommy.
So we're going to give that a try with a
Tom-
chaser of tequila.
I don't know about that. But the
Jojo
vit-
and I'll take care of it
We'll
for
do
you.
it. We'll
the
take
vi-
care of that.
The
I've tried that.
vitalizer will work because it makes the lemons taste sweet. But we're going to get into that in a second. Before we get started,
Yes.
I have to congratulate my son Freddy and his beautiful wife, Valerie, who are about to have a baby. Now, it's really strange the way you have babies nowadays. You make an appointment with the doctor. Be there tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. They're going to cut her open because she's having a C-section. Getting the baby out because there's some complications, but everything's fine. And come tomorrow, yes, I'm going to be a grandpa, which I'm not happy about that word.
Poppy.
But congratulations.
Congratulations to Freddie and Valerie. You know, that happened with me. I made an appointment to have my second child. I went into labor at midnight the night before, and the doctor said, oh, no, we're not going to keep that appointment. You're going to do this the regular way.
Did you?
And I did.
Was the baby breached?
No.
The baby's breached. So
So.
that's why they're doing this.
All right, so more to come with that tomorrow.
So tomorrow we'll
Wishing
be-
you guys all the best of luck. We're going to have a grandpa on the set tomorrow.
Pins and needles, needles and pin, the happy man's a man that grin.
You know, so this is a perfect segue into Adam Russo. Adam, are you on the line?
I am.
We have Adam with us, and he's talking about how we need to let our children fail.
Adam,
And you
we
like
need
that?
we need more voices like yours.
Adam wrote a book called Unwritten Rules, and I listened to his TEDx last night, and Freddie, last year we started talking about every child getting a trophy. And I was a proponent of everyone should get an award for something, good behavior, that you tried really hard, and Freddie was like, oh, no, because,
Absolutely not.
see, when you fail, you got to fail. And listening to Adam, that's exactly what he says. And we've got Cled Oakley with us and Jojo. We've got a whole panel, Adam, with us to share in your book. So welcome to our show.
Great, thanks for having me.
You're coming from where?
Naperville, Illinois, just outside of Chicago.
Illinois without the S on the end, see?
Illinois.
Illinois.
Puerto Ricans say Illinois.
Without the S on the
With a
end.
lot of noise. Illinois makes a lot of noise.
Illinois. And tell us about your book.
So I wrote a book, again, called Unwritten Rules, Rural Strategies to Parent Your Child into a Successful Adult. I want to write a book that was a parenting book that parents could identify with. Most parenting books are heavy research and heavy anecdotes, and I wanted to write a book that was more relatable. So I wrote a lot of really short stories that really highlighted a lot of common parenting situations, and then at the end of each story wrote a lesson about kind of how parents can navigate these situations as they come up. But again, the whole point of the book being that as a parent, our job is to raise our kids to be healthy and successful adults. Not to just overprotect them as kids. So the point of the book is to show into adulthood, what do adults look like who are able to learn certain skills and who aren't able to learn certain skills, and how their lives go a little bit differently. And so that's kind of the overall point of it.
And you're talking about what they could do versus what they should do.
Well, and it was really more about, kind of the optimal level of functioning in order to be a healthy and independent, successful adult. Meaning, people who learn how to understand their emotions, positive and negative emotions, through experience, are ultimately better able to function adaptively into adulthood than those who are protected and shielded from negative emotions at young ages, and then they're thrown into the real world. I mean, let's face it, I don't know of one adult who has avoided calamity in their life. It happens to everybody. There's something bad somewhere, whether it's by our own choices or things happen to us. And as parents, a lot of times we try to prepare our kids not to experience these things, and then we're shocked that when they actually do experience it, they can't handle it. So we're better off as parents to prepare them for these things to happen rather than kind of cross our fingers and really tell them everything's going to be okay, because the odds are something bad's going to happen somewhere.
But we do as parents. We give them a hug and say, it's all going to be okay, and we pick them up and we try and clean it up for them, and next thing you know, they're young adults and we can't keep cleaning it up.
You can tell kids it's going to be okay. That's not the problem. The problem is that you still got to get up in the morning, and you got to go out the front door, and on the other side of that front door, things just aren't okay all the time. It's not the way life is. You got to expect. You got to have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. You got to know if it doesn't work out, what are you going to do? I tell my kids this all the time. I grew them up on that belief.
Well, now your son's going to have a son.
Well, now it gets really interesting because all of a sudden, Freddy found out yesterday it is expensive having children.
He found out 24 hours before the baby?
That's right, because babies need insurance.
Ah, yes.
To do the umbilical cord thing that we talked about.
Cord blood?
It costs a lot of money to do that. You can't do that with 24 hours to go on the clock.
No. Adam, so how do we do this? How do we prepare our kids for failure?
Well, we have to start by just being honest, right? I mean, like you're saying, I mean, we have to just acknowledge that everything isn't going to go well. Home is supposed to be a really great place. It's supposed to be a caring, loving place. But the rest of the world is not going to treat a child the same way that we treat kids at home. It's just not the way it goes. So we have to prepare kids to experience the negative feelings just as much as the positive ones. Things like anxiety, guilt, shame. These are emotions that kids need to learn on a young end so that as they get older, they can be better able to experience them. But if we're spending our time trying to make our kids' lives, the most perfect experiences in the world, all we're doing is setting our kids up for failure as they get older, because they're going to be they're going to start getting hit with disappointments the older they get, and they're just not going to be prepared to do it.
I got two questions for that.
Okay.
The first question is, that's right. Sometimes when you don't prepare your kids for disappointment, they can't rebound. And when they can't rebound, you start seeing things like in schools, shootings, you start seeing crime. They start turning towards things that they in their minds believe that they're good at, which is usually not what society thinks is normal behavior. That's the first thing. Adam, I wanted to ask you, if you are a coach, if you coach young minds or young kids with the ages of 6 to 16, and you see these things happening in a family, I don't want to use the word baby because I'm going to get all these emails. I don't want to get that they are not treating them as we are talking about. And you're the coach now. What do you do?
Well, it's funny. I mean, I do coach youth sports too, and I kind of ignore all of the family dynamics that are going on because there's a lot of kids, and at times there's different families believe different things. To me, as a coach, is to believe to do and work the same way with the kids as I think, which is it's a great, especially at young ages, to try to win the game. But I'm much more important with the effort and energy and emotional integrity that they're playing it with. And so I'm a big believer in when I work with kids, really pushing them to do their best regardless of outcome. Because what happens is especially in youth sports, we get so caught up in the outcome that you win or lose sometimes, and we don't value the process as much, because the process of sports mirrors life, right? Like we don't, it's a different story if you start a sports season and there's a kid on a team who's not doing very well, and through the course of the season they improve and they start doing, making these market improvements, everyone would say, oh, that's great, you're doing fantastic. At school, if kids don't do well on a first test, it's, oh man, you need a tutor, your life is going to be bad, we can't let this happen, it's so catastrophic, right? We value the process of learning much more in athletics than we do academics. And so when working with kids in sports, it's really about how do we help that process mirror life.
And you talked about instant gratification, which is this whole millennial society. You swipe left, you swipe right, and you find a date, or you don't, versus the process, and I was listening to your talk on the marshmallow study, of waiting and delaying gratification, and Freddy says it all the time. he calls it patience. That word patience that no one seems to have anymore, but it's the process. And I call it the cha-cha. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah. Well, and people don't. And, and the thing of it is, as much as it's the millennial generation, it's also the adults, too. I mean, the adults are having a really hard time transitioning to this informational age. I mean, there's plenty of adults who can't handle Facebook and getting likes and getting all these kind of things, as there are, and their kids can't handle it either. So it's a compounded problem. And so as adults, we can't handle the stress of hard things, and therefore we're passing that along to our kids too. So it kind of works both ways. It used to be that culture used to embed patience in the day-to-day, right? And culture doesn't do that anymore. I mean, an example I give when I give presentations a lot to parents is, if anyone orders things to their house, how long are you willing to wait for it to arrive? And most people are like 2 days max, and then I'm frustrated. But when you think back 10 years ago, it was like, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, things changed. And we're all getting caught up in this instant gratification. So we have to be, it's incumbent on parents to start actively teaching patience to our kids and creating situations that are going to require them to be patient, because culturally things happen so smoothly and easily, which is great on one hand, but we have to temper those expectations with the ability to teach kids how to wait.
Is the book out?
The book is out. How do we get the book, Adam?
You can. It's available on Amazon. You can either order a hard copy or download it to Kindle. That's where it is.
You can get it instantly or not. Tell us about your background and why you even wrote this book.
Yeah, so I'm a clinical social worker by training. I've been practicing for I guess almost 20 years now. And I have my own mental health agency here in the western suburbs of Chicago. We have 4 locations, and we have a lot of practitioners, over 50 social workers, psychologists, psychiatrists on tap, and on staff. And,
on tap, come join our show.
I'm used to the cafe thing here. I was got my head going.
That's right. That's me. That'd be me. I need that.
Yeah, right. But we have a lot of providers here, and so and just over the course, actually, I wrote the book because a couple of years ago I got asked by one of the local junior highs to speak to parents, junior high parents, about how to help kids manage anxiety. And I had an hour and a half to do it, and I didn't want to talk about, just how to, count to 10, run around the block. I wanted to really say, well, what is making kids anxious? And the more I thought about it, the more I worked with kids for a number of years and families for a number of years, and the theme continues to be, how do we just make everything perfect? How can we assure ourselves that everything is going to be the way we want it to be? And so I gave this presentation really to parents about, it's not going to be the way you want it to be. So now, how are you going to start teaching your kids and preparing them for the hardships? And the more we can prepare kids for the hardships, it's actually easier for them to cope with anxiety. And now what that's led into is, and I believe, is that we do a lot of this mental health, prevention, early intervention of kids learning all about emotions and what they feel and symptoms and, signs and all these things. But, the real preventative measure to any mental health issues falls along the lines of leadership, independence, self-confidence, assertiveness. These traits are what's really preventative for mental health, and we don't really actively teach that because our society's become so, I think, too far empathic and collaborative that we don't necessarily value some of these other things anymore. And so it's really, I think, important to really balance these traits of how can kids learn how to be empathic and collaborative, but at the same time really be have leadership and be independent.
It's really funny because I can think about 5,000 places that this book can be used.
This is such a perfect segue for a perfect topic for Freddy, because he and I always look at it as separate ends.
And I'm going to tell you, now that I hear him saying this, I feel like going back into coaching. As a matter of fact, I watched Freddy play football yesterday, and I want to sponsor a league, and I want to go back into coaching because I think at this stage of the game, what's going on in today's youth, and again, I could be wrong, you have to give everybody an opportunity to belong. When I was coaching at kids that could not hit a baseball, right? Those are the kids I wanted. I taught them to bunt. I taught them to contribute to the team in a different way if you can't hit. There's a lot of different ways. And if you lose a game, we prepare for the loss. Preparing for a win is easy because you're jumping on the field on top of each other and you're all happy and yada, 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 drinking soda or whatever. But preparing for a loss is where this is at. And I believe you shouldn't get a trophy if you don't win. I'm sorry, I don't. Earn it. Earn your stripes.
Well, it's teaching it to the kids, and you're right, Adam. It's what we see in professional sports. How many people are yelling at the TV, and then they go in a bad mood because the team lost? Well, you know what? Those players are still making their millions, and the team is growing or not growing, but meanwhile it's affecting everyone else's mood, and your kids see that, and they think, you know what? I can do that. But look what happens when we lose. Do you have strategies in this book on how to have some patience?
Yeah, I mean, and the book really talks about it's really more about the strategies on how to handle things as a parent. I mean, one of the things that I think parents need to know in what's kind of the point of the book is what is the philosophy as a parent? I mean, every family is different, right? And every family has different values, and so we have to kind of make some basic assumptions that if as a parent we want our kids to grow up to be independent, healthy, successful. And successful, meaning whether it's professional or familial, emotional, whatever the case is. But if that's what we want for our parents, then we have to start looking at them at young ages and say, what am I doing to prepare them for the future that's ahead of them? And that's why I give these scenarios, because I use one of the most I guess cliched examples that I use is the 8-year-old kid who continues to forget their homework at home and the parent running into school every day. Right? Like, this is something that comes up constantly. I hear it all the time from the school districts I work with and parents and teachers. And it's unbelievable that the hard time parents have to just let the kid deal with consequences of forgetting their homework. And it's a very simple example, but it's very real world, because if you're a parent continuing to swoop in and when kids are young, that's what they're going to expect when they're older. But if you can kind of establish the strategy of kids dealing with their own consequences and having to clean up their own messes, it prepares them a lot more for the future.
I think I want to write a book about it.
But it's so true. I mean, look, my son is in his second semester, first year law school. He went out and played basketball 10 days ago at the Miami Heat Arena because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Well, he got a concussion, and he thought he broke his nose, so there went finals. But the consequences of his actions of playing basketball at 23, I can't clean that up for him.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
As hard as it is, and you feel terrible, you want to, but you can't.
Hey, when I tried out for DeWitt Clinton High School, they played a game at Shea Stadium. Shea Stadium, the old Shea Stadium. That's a life come true for me, right? I couldn't go. I have finals the next day.
But Adam's book is so important, and why it took us to find me through social media is how we even connected, through social media in Illinois, because it covers everyone across the United States, across all age, and here you are going to be a grandfather.
And we're back to
that. And we're back to that because, you know what? Babies get their instant gratification. It's the one thing that they do get. But eventually when they learn to sleep through the night, they don't. So it starts even that young, when you're not running in every 10 minutes when the baby's crying.
Yeah, but you're now about to test what you've taught.
Well, there you go.
The thing about life is that it shows you what you have taught or what they retain. But I want to write a book with Adam to teach parents the art of patience so that they can take advantage of this book. He's going to teach them, listen, this is what you got to do. But they got to listen. Parents have to make adjustments. That's all I'm saying. If you're not willing to make an adjustment, you're not going to have a conversation, you're not going to learn. You're going to learn the hard way, unfortunately.
So this book is about, let's make sure I have this right, is not pacifying your child, correct? Like
it's not pacifying, right,
everything
Adam?
is okay, everything is going to be okay, you can do this, you'll succeed.
Well, it's really, it's not, and it's about just real world, scenarios that I've heard, kind of over the years, whether through, in some way, shape, or form, I've heard the stories, and it's really just about as parents, when you're in a situation, yeah, you could very much take the path of least resistance, like you're saying, pacify and move along, or you can really deal with the hard stuff that's going to come up. And this is about understanding why managing the difficult situations actively with your kids as they come up has a tremendous amount of value. You're not just brushing something off because it's easier, but the constant messaging really does make a difference, and that's why the strategy is so important. So as a parent, if our strategy is just, the more our kids, stomp their feet, the more they get what they want, well, that's not teaching them a life skill. And so that's why, as a parent, we really have to understand that strategy.
Now, Clegg, you take your son with you to work.
Yes.
I've met him a couple of times, right? And that's a good work ethic. I used to take my kids, when I owned properties, I used to take them with me. And they were young. And I used to take the rent rolls to the bank, and my kids used to say, why are you giving these people your money? But that's a different story. But you take your son, you're teaching him a work ethic, right? And in business, there are good days and bad days. So he's going to see both sides of what you go through.
He learns, first, there's more to life than Nintendo and basketball. And he sees how I interact with people, how I earn the money to pay for his things. And I'm more than just a chauffeur who pays for this and pays for that, picks them up here and takes them there. But he sees how the money is made, and he sees that I don't win all the time. 15% of the time I don't make a sale. And he learns from this that not every time that I swing do I hit, but I always swing.
That's a good analogy.
Adam, do you see a difference in different socioeconomic circles?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I mean, I think where my book is probably geared more toward kind of the higher socioeconomic level. I mean, I've worked with people over the years, from very extreme poverty on up, and the needs are just so different. I mean, so this kind of this perspective really kind of sits with the more middle class and up perspective of assuming that your stable homes and basic needs are met. I mean, all those different things. Because without that, my book, it's not really. There's a lot more struggles that are going on, but this is really addressing the families who are worried about their kids, and put a lot of pressure on college and post high school education with this belief system that their SAT scores matter and what college they go to matters and all these things, and the whole point of the book is kind of undoing a lot of those myths, really, and using research that shows that all those things aren't true, and that we're getting ourselves worked up, and so really focused again on how do we as parents kind of focus on what matters and the things that are really going to help them be successful.
Well, I wanted to ask the guys on the panel here. Sometimes also you can go overboard, right? Like SAT scores are too important.
Do you know when my kids were 4 years old, they said I had to have them tested for gifted? 4 and 5 years old, you have to test them for gifted. We live in Boca Raton, so talk about a high socioeconomic area. It's where we are. And who was that benefiting? Not the kids at 4 and 5. It was the parents comparing. We weren't even at SAT scores, Adam. We were at gifted IQs, comparing their child's IQ scores at ages 4 and 5. Now I look at it and I think, shame on us, truly.
Well, Hispanic families, traditionally, it's called the ay bendito syndrome. Oh, syndrome. That's what it is in Spanish, among Hispanics. Because in our culture, everything is about embracing the child. Don't let them get hurt. Right. Don't let them play football. My father took my football and stabbed it, put a hole in it with a knife. He said, "You're not playing this." And I went out and bought another ball because I wanted to play. But the funny thing is that cultures change your perception, right? And your parents change your perception, because if your parents were the ay bendito syndrome, then you're going to grow up with the ay bendito syndrome. Me and Michelle, my ex-wife, had different opinions. She believed, and she was tougher than me. She was tough. She says at 18, when you go to college, you better have an apartment, you better get out there and everything else. I thought that was kind of unfair.
It's such an important book. Adam, do you have another show, or where are you on time?
I have about 3 more minutes.
Okay, just he's so busy. He's got another radio show at 12:30. He's calling you too.
Book, again, Adam, tell us how you get the book.
Yeah, it's available on that. You can go to my website, adamrussobooks.com, to order it there. But it is, if you go to Amazon and just search for it, Unwritten Rules, Real Strategies to Parent Your Child into a Successful Adult, you'll find it there as well.
It's such a timely book, and if you want instant gratification, you can download it to your Kindle or your smartphone, and if not, you can get the hard copy. And it's so amazing, because Freddie and I, Adam, have talked about this for 2 years. We've been working together and coming at it, because our kids, it's very hard to watch them grow up as adults and not have the strategies, and then you don't know what to do anymore. Then they're into therapy.
Yep, and ultimately, it really, I think, boils down to parents getting comfortable with watching kids fail. I think kids can handle it a lot better than parents can, and if parents can get comfortable with watching their kids be upset and knowing that there's a process that they're working towards fulfilling, then it's a lot easier to have your kids go through it. But as a parent, when that guilt sets in of watching kids cry, and then you feel guilt and shame as a parent, that's when everyone wants to swoop in and save a child, and it's just not the best thing for them if we're preparing them for adulthood.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. Thank you so much for joining us. He's a busy man. You can go on to Amazon.com, Unwritten Rules by Adam Russo, also AdamRusso.com, download your book.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Aaron, we got to have you back.
We got to have you back on.
We're going to have a segment here with kids that are learning to cook and everything else with Chef Mika.
Yes, on
And I like,
this week.
I need
love
to
it.
come to that. I need to
I
learn
love,
how to
I love
cook.
to have you on, and I'm going to show you how we do with the remix and everything, because the kids get to ask you questions. I would love to get their perspective on this conversation.
Yep.
That would be great. We bring you in on the video side, and you can watch the kids and really talk to them as well.
It'd be cool.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Check out Adam Russo. Download the book, Unwritten Rules. You can also order it on Amazon.com. Joe just played the 20 rack at the 30. When we come back, we're going to talk to our panel. We've got Ames, Cleto Clean the House, and of course, our own JoJo is
Check
with
this
us.
out. I'm playing the 20th rack at the 30.
And we'll be right back.
Wow.
She's got all the tech
You
words.
got it all done.
I'll give you your headphone back.
There you go.
See, that's how you look with it.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? Brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow.
Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste,
Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
hydration, absorption,
Feel silkier.
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy. Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
Hi, I got it, guys. With vCard Global, all your contacts are in the palm of your hand. Never leave home without your business cards or
comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Deborah Size can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening to higher level boot camp and weight training. Deborah Size will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283.
Science has confirmed that real health comes from raw, organic, and wild foods. Science has confirmed that real health comes from raw, organic, and wild foods. Essentials is a complete program of 5 products to help your body function as nature intended. Premium Ancient Superfood Algae offers energy and stamina. Food-based digestive enzymes help prevent occasional heartburn and may reduce stress from processed foods and heavy metals. Our proprietary probiotics help support immune health, regulate bowels, and eliminate toxins. Improve your mood, mental clarity, focus, faster rejuvenation, and better sleep. Order now at eatessentialsnow.com. Essentials, life-enhancing ingredients in the palm of your hand. eatessentialsnow.com.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
Join Don and Freddy weekdays at 1 at the Brooklyn Cafe for all your fun.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe. It was a Music Monday instead. I don't know what kind of Monday it is today, but we just had Adam Russo joining us from Illinois. They say without the S, Freddie.
Illinois.
A book called Unwritten Rules. It's on parenting your child for failure instead of constant success, because as an adult, you know what? We do all have setbacks. And I was listening, and he said 1 step forward, 2 steps back at best. And that's what I always say to you. It's like doing the cha-cha.
No. You do 1 step back, 10 steps forward.
You think?
Yeah, because you take a step back to learn and then you move forward. You don't take it forward and then move back.
But download his book on parenting. I'm telling you, I wish I had had it 26 years ago. You can find it at adamrusso.com. It's called Unwritten Rules. You can also find his TEDx talk online, or you can download it at Amazon Unwritten Rules for an immediate download on your Kindle or iPhone.
I thought we were doing FredEx.
We're going to do FredEx.
Or Federal Express.
We're going to do FredEx.
FredEx. We've been FredEx. If we don't get TEDx here, we're going to have to change the name to FredEx.
We've got Cled Oakley with us from Ames and our good friend, I can't say our old friend JoJo, our good friend JoJo's with us. It is time to vitalize.
Why you can't say old friend?
Because it's not nice. She'll think she's old. It's just like a
I
lifetime
know she made
friend.
me old. So you're a grandpa.
We didn't make you old. Your son made you age by having a baby tomorrow, but not us. We didn't do that. But we need to do some vitalizing. It's time for the lemon test.
Yes, because Cled is here and he deals with businesses.
And he does not know what this
and he's never seen this vitalizer.
So we have a lemon. We took half the lemon, and Freddie has, I feel like it's Passover, and it's like find the afikomen. We put half the lemon on the side, which it can't come near the Vitalize. And then we're going to vitalize this. The Vitalizer app, you can find it at your app store. And as much as I turn it down, as it keeps coming back up loud. Vitalizerapp.com. You can also go to the store and find it for the Vitalizer. And what it does, you can hear the light, you can hear the sound frequency. It's 520 megahertz, and it works with light and sound. And it changes your food, it changes your chi,
it changes
coffee,
the molecular
water, chi,
structure.
or me,
molecular structure.
to back when it was back from the earth, and how your body should be in alignment.
And the amazing thing is that when we do it with the flowers
they last forever.
3 weeks.
I just brought out flowers again today. Aren't they beautiful? I vitalized them before the set. So what we're going to do, and I have the tequila chaser for later when we're not on air.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When we're not on air, because we're not allowed to do that on air. But these lemons have been vitalized. It was from one lemon. I'm going to give this to you all to taste. You tell us what you think. All right, Clay,
now, aren't we supposed to do...
They're going to take the vitalized one first.
It's supposed to be the other way around.
This is the vitalized one to the other way first?
No, he takes the vitalized one first, and then you'll see the difference. Take one. You want to pass one over to Tom? What do you think?
How's it taste?
Sweet, right?
How's it taste?
What do you think, Tom? Sweet, not like the lemon, correct?
No, it's sweet.
Okay, now we're going to give you...
the lemon unvitalized.
Unvitalized, and this is what it tastes like. Unvitalized.
Unvitalized, so taste the
Same
difference.
lemon.
This is the same lemon. That's the other half is sitting right there on the table.
Look at his face.
So bitter, right?
Bitter,
that
huh?
happened to us the first time, too.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
That's horrible.
You got
there is no, I don't want that.
You don't
There
have to
is
see mine.
no trick photography going on here.
No.
Look at his face.
You know, do you ever see that thing on Facebook when they show the first time children eat something like salted potato chips and they're all happy, also they make the face? That's exactly what
It is the
it's
same
terrible.
lemon. You saw she cut it
You
up.
saw me cut
I
it,
watched
right?
her cut it. I feel like my little baby
Wow,
boy,
that's
10 months
incredible.
old.
This is why you're supposed to give them the original first and the sweet second, because
No,
look
but
at
now
their
they
faces.
see the
It's healing.
difference. Now they see the difference, right?
I think this is the right way to do it.
That's
Yeah.
the right way to do it.
Definitely.
And it yeah.
You know what's even funny? The first
still
one
gagging
I
on
held
it.
in this hand, and then when I had the second one in this hand, I have a paper cut. The first one did not burn my paper cut.
Isn't that amazing?
This one is burning my paper cut.
Now
The second
the
one.
first one is the lemon in its natural state. That is what a lemon should taste like when it comes off the tree.
Yikes.
That is what this does. It does this to flowers. It does it to wine. It has to be in a glass container.
Glass, not plastic, because it works off the vibration, the energy vibration of the glass. George is going to jump that on his
And it's a giant vortex?
vortex
Vortex.
of energy and light. So can you imagine taking this app and marketing? Look, you've got barbecue sauce, all the things you do, and sharing it with the restaurants. Because you can vitalize food, seafood, anything just makes it that much fresher.
And it lasts longer.
How do you use it for mass-produced food? Like my ex-sister-in-law up in Laverne, Tennessee, Becky Oakley, works for the school system. She's the head cafeteria lady. How would she do this and revitalize that
They do
food?
it
Do it by the tray.
They do it by the water source. Remember, they have the collar.
Yeah.
You can do it by the water source because it's really changing the structure of the water because
Yeah.
our bodies are 99.99% water. So it's
68%.
It's really more because it's our cells, it's the cellular level. So it's changing the water source of what it is. So they have a collar for you're talking about industry and farming that you can put it on the water source itself and it changes it that way, which is really amazing.
Is that a super big app? With a
It's-
big phone?
No, that's actually something that I think you have to put on the tank itself. But this is an app you can download,
You can find it on your cell phone.
Do that.
And the
And just on
cooks
your phone,
can
you store it.
download it and do the food every day, which is the way I would do it. Now, if there are things going on with your body, you be careful using it because you can do it on your. It's counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
You can do it on your body, and John is always doing it, and he's always up. I mean, his mental clarity is unbelievable. But what you saw with the lemon is the one they did to me when we were at BZT.
Our faces look just like yours.
2 years ago. And when I saw this, I said to him, "Did you use a trick lemon?" So he cut up another one in front of me. Right in front of me, and the first one was bitter as all can be. Like
well, the first one when you take it, it tastes like a lemon. It's sweeter, way sweeter. But you don't when you don't taste the second lemon. You taste it, you're like, okay, that's a lemon. It has that lemon flavor. It has a little bit of like a tiny bit of bitterness to it, but it's very sweet. And then when you bite into that second one, it kicks you in the face.
And the funny thing is, if she had laid the lemons sideways, because she sort of mounted them, but if she had laid it where everyone is done individually, like, it will get even sweeter. I mean, I've played with this thing.
Really?
Yeah. I have, because I could not, I show my kids, I show everybody. And this is a trick. It's not a trick. It looks like a trick, but it's not a trick. And it does it to water, it does it to wine, it does it to any of the foods that you have. It just makes it in its natural
And your
state.
makeup, your
Coffee,
foundation.
your
I use
foundation,
it. Makes it
everything
so
goes
much
on.
smoother.
So Liz Sant, if you're watching from Crunchy Makeup, it makes your foundation last longer. It makes everything last longer and go on smoother. Maybe everything.
Everything. They even have something where you use a card, that's another stroke. But the funny thing is that we had 2 sets of flowers that were donated by a florist, and we had one side, my side, was vitalized, and the other side was not. And I'm going to tell you, that one lasted 3 days, and the vitalized side lasted like a month. And they were not touched. It was only vitalized one time.
It all comes from the water source.
And it was unbelievable. And that's what made us a believer. There's so many other different uses for the Vitalizer app. And the reason I'm even bringing this up, because I know you deal with a lot of companies. Yeah. And some of the ideas that you bring forward is out-of-the-box thinking. This, my friend, is way out of the box.
That's
this is
huge.
molecular
huge.
structure change, which is unbelievable.
We need to try it with that barbecue sauce.
But definitely, this is some barbecue sauce I got from John Holbrook. They made right here in Boynton Beach. And I make my own barbecue sauce. My friends and family will only eat mine if they have a chance. This, I take with me along with my Tabasco sauce in my bag, because this is awesome.
They're coming on Friday.
This is really good. Yeah.
So
I don't know what we're putting it on.
You walk around with
Yeah, I've got Tabasco sauce in my bag.
You walk around with sauce in your bag?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Here's my
I
question.
did.
So he's coming on Friday to try it out on a 12 o'clock hour. What are we putting it on?
He's got to bring barbecue. It's a barbecue plate.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hamburgers, chicken. I put some on some tenderloin last
Tell
night.
him not to come if he ain't bringing no food, because I need to
Tell him to
taste
bring
this.
food.
John, if
Friday.
you're listening, bring some
John,
chow.
bring
okay?
food.
Gotta bring some chow, John.
Otherwise,
I
you
told
eat your
him
finger.
that. I said, am I using my fingers or are you going to put it on some food? I don't think he quite understood the question, but...
Chicken tenders. Just dip it in chicken tenders.
Just bring some food.
That's what I
If it's a
do. Chicken
barbecue,
tenders.
tell him we want to check out your food. And let's have a little chit chat. We'll do it at 12 and have some chit chat. People can eat barbecue. This is this Friday?
This Friday, 12 o'clock
John
hour.
has
I
a
miss all the
smoker.
good stuff.
John is a
Come
smoker.
back.
Who has a smoker?
John Holbrook, he has a whole smoker.
Oh, you know
and a
John
whole
also?
setup. Yeah, he's been to my events several times.
Oh, well then John, for sure. If you have a smoker, you got to bring some food with the barbecue sauce.
And where is the place located?
It's at the Secret Garden, which is across from
The Secret Garden?
Marty Fernandez's Meineke shop, about 212
Oh, now I know
Boynton
where
Beach
that is.
Boulevard, right across the street
I
there.
know.
Right
that
across
is?
from the Meineke shop. Don't you know where
The
that is?
Secret Garden.
What is the Secret Garden?
Oh, that's a place where you've got
It's a secret.
Nefertiti, who's got the
Of course
West
it does.
African spices. She'll be
Of
here
course
Friday
it
too.
does.
I left her a message.
And a couple of other little independents combined together like a little food co-op. They've got a regular restaurant, and they do, John and Nefertiti both do their preparation in the big kitchen there.
It's in Boynton?
It's in Boynton between the tracks
The Meineke
and
shop and
Federal.
the train
On
tracks.
Boynton Beach
Meineke
Boulevard.
shop on the corner.
Yeah.
So let me get this right. That whole secret place is all foods?
Yep.
Really?
There's a little restaurant in there. They got a commercial kitchen and dining tables. When I was there with Nefertiti and John the other day, people were coming in, eating. They've got a great, oh my God, they have a spiced coconut
Is that her
cake.
real name, Nefertiti?
Yeah,
That's
her
her
real
real-
name.
her
yeah.
name.
Just like from...
No, I know what it is.
Yeah.
But that is really her name?
That's her real
I
name.
want to meet her parents. I wouldn't know what they would think.
The Nefertiti goddess.
Why did they name her that? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
So what were you thinking?
The Nefertiti goddess. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to chit-chat with JoJo, see what she's up to. We're going to send a mini kit up to wherever you're
Melbourne
living.
Beach,
Melbourne
to
Beach.
Jake's Crab Shack. Well, I haven't talked to them about it yet, but we're going to do a show out of there.
We'll be right back, where she's going to fill us in on what's happening up at Jake's Crab Shack. We'll be right back.
Bye.
This is Alyssa, the Paint Girl. Car accidents happen. Get the most affordable, convenient, superior vehicle repair with concierge service. The Paint Girl provides pickup and delivery with no additional cost. Our body shops have over 30 years combined experience. The Paint Girl handles all makes, models, lease return repairs, and insurance claims. Your smart choice for vehicle repair, The Paint Girl. Call 954-691-7024. That's 954-691-7024. Return repairs and insurance claims. Your smart choice for vehicle repair, The Paint Girl. Call 954-691-7024. That's 954-691-7024.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow.
Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
feel silkier,
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy. Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
Science has confirmed that real health comes from raw, organic, and wild foods. Essentials is a complete program of 5.
Never leave home without your business cards or brochures again. V-Card is the ultimate marketing tool. No more printing cards or brochures. V-Card fits in the palm of your hand and is always with you. V-Card is a powerful networking tool that virtually promotes sharing and builds referrals for your business. V-Card Global, the virtual business card. Hold your business in the palm of your hand. Contact Jennifer at jeng.vcardinfo.com, the world's most intelligent business card. I got a guy, jeng.vcardinfo.com.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
Join Don and Freddy weekdays at 1 at the Brooklyn Cafe for all your fun.
I'm a little slow on the bell here, Freddy. Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe. We're talking Vitalizer. Don't forget to download your book of Unwritten Rules by Adam Russo. You can find it on Kindle. You can also find it on Amazon for a hard copy. He says every time he does a radio show, his book sales skyrocket. What a nice guy, talking about parenting and how it's okay to let your kids fail. I don't know, JoJo, what do you don't have kids?
No, but I watch what other parents do. Just because I don't have children doesn't mean I don't have
you were telling us a story about that.
Yeah, there's a woman that I know. Her child really doesn't know how to read so well. And it really bothers me. I'm not going to mention her name. And I keep trying to get her involved with 3D Learner. But the child is now in karate and is becoming one of the best fighters that there is. So I'm saying when he becomes older, someone's going to make fun of him if he doesn't
Not if
get
he's a
this under his
fighter.
belt.
Not if he's a
Then what
fighter.
happens next?
No, that's a different.
You
That's a
fight, you
different-
hurt somebody, and then you go down the wrong road.
That's a different deal.
Yeah.
But if you can build up their self-confidence, and as you always say, patience is a virtue. You know, all these things our parents and grandparents used to throw at us, and you go, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you know you're old when you start saying it back. You, gosh, I sound like my mom. I will never sound like
But
my
you're
mom.
not a grandma yet. Don't worry about it. You're okay. Don't worry
But we
about it.
sound like our parents, right? You say things that your parents used to say to you, and you say, I will never say that. I will never cook you tuna casserole. I have lived up to that one. But there are things.
I have never said something and say, I'm never going to say that.
Never because I said so?
Yeah.
You never said
Because
that.
I'm your mom, I'm your dad.
I say that now to people.
Because I said so.
I do.
It's good to be the king.
I need off. I can't serve Friday night. Well, you can't have off. Why? Because I said so.
Well, JoJo went from being here and hanging out with us every day
Yes.
to running how many restaurants in a hotel?
Surfcaster Motel, which we used to give away great weekend prizes there. Jake's Crab Shack, D'Angelo's by the Sea, and Jack Straw's in Palm Bay.
So those three
I
are
call-
in the place?
No, there are 3 different locations. D'Angelo's is connected to the hotel. Jake's Crab Shack is maybe 2 or 3 miles up the road. That's the picture I sent you with the big shark in the ceiling.
And with JoJo on the ceiling?
Yeah, so I do this with Jeff and Chris. We do it together so we're not all overworked.
Is that a seafood restaurant, a crab shack?
Yes, and you know what? On Monday nights, you guys would love this. They have 50% off all crabs.
Let's go.
Blue claws.
But wait a minute, do they have like lobster and things like that?
Thursday night's
Shrimp?
lobster night, and I'll
Okay.
tell you what, you can get a whole Maine lobster with 2 sides for $12.99.
Really? How big is
Yes.
this lobster?
Pound and a half.
You know, me and lobster.
$12.99?
That's cheap.
I keep trying to get you guys to come up and do a show from there.
How is the shrimp?
I don't eat seafood, but I hear it's great.
They got the
Reed,
jumbo shrimp?
how would you like to
The
do
coconut
a
shrimp
mini
is one of the-
up in Melbourne Beach?
I want you to, so you
Go
can
to the
set me
beach?
up there.
Could you handle that?
Hey, Reed, there's food up there, Reed. A lot of food.
3 restaurants, a mini at the beach. You want to go?
A mini at each restaurant, is that what you're doing?
Well, look at it this way. You guys have to go because you have to set me up.
Yes.
You have to set me up so I can
We're
do
gonna-
shows up there for the businesses up there.
That's right. I think that'd be a phenomenal.
Because if I set it up, I'll be upside down.
Yes. No,
Jojo,
and-
turn it around.
and no, and it's a little more complicated than that. But yes, it's important that we go up there and find out what we can put together.
Set it up. It's what, about an hour and a half north?
Hour and a half.
That's an hour and a half. She was here very early today.
I want to have translates into 3 hours.
Because I get very excited coming to see you guys. Like I go through withdrawal. I do.
And listen, Steve-O commented in that he loves the concept. He wants to read the book. And yes, I know there's no S in Illinois. If you ever watch Chico and the Man, he always put an S on everything. You ever notice?
It's like putting ketchup on everything.
That's right. And
That's
S
going
goes
to be your
with
new book.
everything.
It'll be your new book.
Chico and the Man, that was a great show.
And
I
S
forgot all
goes on
about that.
everything.
S goes on everything. You know, Linda bought this what do you
that,
call
a
it,
Fitbit?
Fitbit thing? And it's attached to my phone, and people from New York City are calling, and people from all over, don't call me, I'm on the air. And
Have you
now my
noticed,
wrist
and
shakes.
Clyde, you're the perfect person to ask. When telemarketers call, they always seem to link it so it looks like it's your phone number. So I get a lot of 901 exchanges because my phone is a 901. You get a lot of New York calls, and they're not real. They're not
Yeah.
legitimate. They're all telemarketers.
How do they do that, Clyde?
What are they doing?
They preset, run some telephone rooms, they preset the computer to have that area code. So it looks like it's a local call instead of coming from BF Egypt somewhere.
But what happens? So you answer the phone and you hang up. Why do they even bother?
Because a lot of people don't.
Seriously.
They've got nothing better to do. And if they got bad latency, then you'll hear a ding. That way you know it's a telemarketer, so you hang up before you got to be rude.
Does the telemarketing system really work? Do people say, yeah, let me buy that, let me do?
It'd be surprised. They got
Really?
millions and millions of dollars. I've got a friend of mine out in Arizona who owns like 7 different telemarketing shops.
And they do this all day long, right?
Yeah. that's what
Thousands
it
of
is.
calls all day.
Automatic dialer, yeah.
It's unbelievable. Can you imagine
It's
1,000
annoying.
phone calls? Even if you get 5 sales, it's worth the
I had my
number.
insurance agent set up on that back when I had an agency. It's like robo-dial.
Yeah, when I think
How
about
about
all the scammer calls you're getting from the IRS we get now, and all these, and you just hang up. It's just like all of these calls, you hang up, I hang up, I don't even answer them.
Sometimes I'll answer and I have a conversation with the person. It says, really? This is that good? Really? And I go, do you use it? Oh, no, we're not allowed. Well, then you want me to buy something? And I get into this whole conversation. And I said, listen, can I have your phone number at home so we can finish this conversation? Oh, no, I'm not allowed to do that. But you can call me, and we go down this road. And this lasts for 20 minutes. And then I hang up.
Was it you that told me that when the telemarketers call you, tell them, yes, I want it, hold on, let me get my credit card?
That's right.
And you put the phone in the drawer?
That's right.
And you just leave it there to see how long
You
that
put them
they'll
on
hold
hold,
on?
and you leave it, and they come back 3 days later.
Really?
All the time.
I remember him saying that. Just,
Well,
I'll
just
be
give
right
me those
back.
first 4 digits.
How do you come up with this?
He just wants to see how long they'll hang on the phone.
That's right.
And what do we have on set here? What is this Wi-Fi, free secure Wi-Fi we got going here?
Okay, this is pretty cool. This is what I have for restaurants. It's a smart Wi-Fi system, smart Wi-Fi hotspot, and you plug it in like the one here. Things on the beach and other places. Most restaurants and hotels have Wi-Fi, but they don't know why they have them. I said, what do you get from this? Oh, my customers get to play on the Wi-Fi. Good, but what does it do for you? Well, nothing. Well, our smart Wi-Fi lets people check in on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and actually promote the business when they're checking on the Wi-Fi. And we made it fun to give an incentive. We have a banner. This is the one we did for the site.
A banner? So you just put it up and
They
says...
hang up a banner, log in
nice.
to win. And what do we win? It could be
a segment on the Brooklyn Cafe.
Yeah. It could be a show on the Brooklyn Cafe.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. When I'm on the Wi-Fi, if I'm on Facebook, all of a sudden the commercial pops up, or it just pops up at the beginning?
No, it's like if you plug on your phones, everybody wants Wi-Fi. They come in and they look for Brooklyn Cafe. We click on that, and then a splash screen comes up, and it's got the Brooklyn Cafe, and you can log in on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and you do that. Or you've got a button that says, I don't want my wife to know I'm here, depending on where you are.
Yes, my wife doesn't know I'm here button?
Yeah.
That's like the hiding app.
You take off location services.
So what the hell is that? You can hide out. Nobody knows you're here.
Yeah, that's it.
You take off those location services.
So if you plug in on Facebook, for example, it automatically posts on your Facebook. So if you've got 10 or 20 customers a day logging in on Facebook, accessing Wi-Fi, that's 20 people a day telling all their friends, which is an average of 338 per person. So you've got 1,600 people seeing an advertisement for one of your crab shacks.
Okay, so if they are at the restaurant eating and they ask me and they log on through Facebook, it'll put the display of the restaurant or an advertisement for the restaurant on their wall?
We've got Carvel set up here because I brought the wrong
I know, I
one.
couldn't understand why I could connect to Carvel and there's not a Carvel anywhere in sight.
I left the house without Brooklyn, so it's like I've got Avanti's here,
Okay.
which is in Winston Trails. But if you plug in, you look for Brooklyn Cafe or the Crab Shack or wherever you happen to be, and you click on that.
Hold that
All
though,
right.
because we got to go.
I know, we gotta go.
How do you get that real quick?
How do you get that real quick? The best way to get one of these is to send text, CLED, that's my name, text CLED to 80800. Text CLED to 80800, and you'll get my virtual business card with all my contact information and see a couple of videos.
And we'll have got a
about-
guy here tomorrow to give you more information. Thanks, JoJo.
Bye-bye.
Always
It's
hanging
great
out
to see you guys.
Surfcast and all the hotels. And also, don't forget, Adam Russo, Unwritten Rules, downloaded today on Amazon.com or AdamRusso.com. Get your book on effective parenting. Freddie, best of luck to you. Freddie and Valerie, good luck tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Be kind to each other.
The Heart of Delray Gallery,
Bye-bye.
located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000 square foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074.
Do you find yourself asking, why am I doing this again? I feel stuck, or I can't get clarity. An Akashic Record consultation will give you unbiased guidance and insight to move past being stuck and move forward with ease. Akashic Records are your individualized thoughts, words, and actions from the spiritual world. An Akashic Record consultation pulls from the non-physical world of your past, present, and future. Contact Julie for your Akashic Records consultation. 561-945-1108. AskYourBook.com. Be in conscious alignment. That's 561-945-1108.
Well, that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at Brooklyn Cafe. To rewatch every minute of the show, call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddy S. after the closing, or to leave an order for fun for the next show. Have a meaningful day.